The history of this, our now home, is pretty neat. It was built in 1922 as the Mount Calvary Lutheran Church. So when we acquired it, it was still a functioning church with pews and a pipe organ and tons of stained glass and an altar. Hi, I'm Robin Borderlon Borne, and this is my renovation story in New Orleans, Louisiana. When I walk into my home, I love the lofty ceilings. I love the open space. It's very calming. I love the eclectic feel of our home. Some pieces are hand-me-downs from my siblings and my mother. We bought very few things new. In the spirit of renovation, these were actually hand-me-down chairs from my mother. They were black lacquer with this very dark fabric, and we lightened them up when we renovated, and we think they're fun. I love the way it all kind of comes together to create our home. So this is our living room. It's our family room where we spend a lot of time as a family. It was very important for us to create a room that just felt comfortable. This particular space is where we love to highlight our children's art, from drawings and pottery, as well as some of the artifacts my son has found. So for example, for Mardi Gras, he went scouring after all the parades for all these fun bouncy balls. So they just live in this fun decorative bowl, and sometimes he uses them to play a game, or they just sit out and add color to the room. When people walk into the home, I love when they say how comfortable they feel, and that's really important to us. It was important to me to have furniture that can accommodate all four of us, so that's why we have this large couch. I love our coffee table. We play a lot of games, we play a lot of cards, roll dice, which is made by a local New Orleans artisan. I love our blue chairs. These actually existed in a former boutique I owned here in New Orleans, and I just love the way they add a pop of color to the room and kind of have that connection with the blue and the stained glass windows. So the blues and the ambers really create some both cool and warm tones for us to play with. I am the director of development for my children's school, and part of that role is just having one-on-one FaceTime with people or entertaining small groups. In the design process of this home, entertainment was a big part of what we wanted to be able to accomplish here, and so it's a full come circle of tying that in to my professional career as well. And in previous life, I always worked in hospitality and food and drink, so it was just always a natural fit for us to have a home that we entertain out of. My husband and I bought this home when our children were babies. We lived for about 12 years, only 4 blocks away, and would walk past it all the time. Upon buying the home from start to finish, it was a 2-year process. The design phase took about a year, and the construction took about a year. It had bright red carpet, so wall-to-wall red carpeting. So we pulled that to showcase the original hardwood floors. It also had a very, very dark ceiling that made it feel very top-heavy and just an overall heaviness. So we loved when we were able to come in and lighten it up by adding white to the ceilings and very much showcasing the beams. One of my big priorities when deciding on this home was, how do you define a modern space? Sometimes modern can feel cold, soulless, and we wanted modern functionality, but still have the textures and layers of who we are as a family, as individuals, and telling our family story. My husband has been collecting this vinyl record collection for a very long time, since way before we were even married. When we got together, it was very important that we finally create a space for this collection to live. And we created this room by lofting the space. So remember, it's a church, and it was just this big old wide open box of a building. So when we purchased the house, this particular area was a complete solid wall. We were looking for ways to allow natural light in. And so luckily, with the help of our architect, we just opened this up, and it just really allows outside to come in. Not to mention, it's a beautiful view of our neighbors' homes, their landscaping, and you get a slight peek of the New Orleans Jazz Fest. I think one of the boldest design choices we made was committing to having this open concept. It's hard to kind of get away If I'm in this room, I can still see in all the other rooms and still hear what's going on in all the other rooms. So I think that our boldest choice was just having such a big open concept space. So this little area here was the original bell tower of the church, and we decided to convert this to be an extension of the music room as well as a little reading nook in the actual bell tower. Come on up, I'll show you. This was one of the first pieces we bought as a married couple from a small boutique in Thibodaux, Louisiana. We've had parties before where there's a DJ playing to a party downstairs. It's an interaction of the space, the relationship between whoever's manning the music and whoever is down below. So when we were deciding what color to paint the exterior of the church, when we bought it, it was white with yellow trim. And we, as a design team, worked together to choose something that was more grounding. And so the exterior color of the church is this kind of dark, grayish, bluish, dark, grounding color. And so we wanted that idea to be an extension of the bell tower. We wanted it to kind of just disappear. So it's almost like you have this little like hidden treehouse feel. So when you come through the front door of the house, you're greeted by this hallway bathed in all this amazing morning light. We have our bookends here that kind of showcase the artifacts from our family and our photographs. And then my most favorite is the stained glass here. We've actually removed some of the colored stained glass panels and replaced them with clear. That way we can allow more of that natural sunlight in, and then we can actually look out. Some fun little artifacts that we have are these Moroccan baskets. We acquired these from one of our local New Orleans merchants. They have a local coffee shop here in the city, and they kind of are experts in importing Moroccan rugs and baskets and artifacts like that. My approach for curating the house is using what we have, using artifacts that mean something to my family. We didn't quite know what to do with our art collection, so is why we've created a gallery wall, because we wanted an opportunity to showcase all this art we've been collecting. Growing up, one of my most favorite places to go as a child was Grand Isle, Louisiana. So you can see this painting at the top referencing the wonderful little barrier island of Grand Isle, Louisiana. We also showcase many New Orleans artists. Our dear friend Zach Smith is a music photographer here in New Orleans. Hunt Slonim, very known across America for specifically his bunny collection, but also birds and other pieces of nature. This is just representative of just the art we have collected throughout the years, and we love that it's the backdrop to our dining area. So here in the dining room, we have this table that was actually once living on my mother's back porch in Bayou-Lafourche. After Hurricane Ida, when she moved, we inherited this table, and it's just become such a staple anchoring part of our dining room. We also renovated these chairs, which came from the elementary school I went to on the bayou. They were all the cafeteria chairs. And so with a little help, we just added a new coat of paint and fixed the bottoms. And we love having this bent wood chair look here in the dining room. Very much a classic chair that I think you would see in most New Orleans restaurants. Although I'm not a great pianist, I absolutely love when I get to come here and play. And more importantly, I love when I can invite real musicians over who will take time to play for us. It's such an anchoring part of our room. And of course, being in a church with all these amazing acoustics, it just fills the house with beautiful sound. So welcome to our bedroom. It was very important for us to create a room that just was calming, a retreat. We love this cool color that we did not only on the walls, but also on the ceiling. And I love this color because it changes with lighting. Sometimes it looks green, sometimes it's bluish gray, just very calming, soothing. One of my most favorite pieces that we bought for the house is a leather chandelier in our bedroom. When you turn the lights on, it creates this really cool shadow pattern in our bedroom, and I love that. So in addition to this beautiful chandelier, we knew we wanted to have lighting that just contributed to the softness of this room. So check out one of my most favorite features. So this wall of stained glass actually looks to the front yard. So when you're outside, you actually see this. So at nighttime, when our bedroom lights are on, anyone passing by sees all of this lit up. So this is our master bathroom. This truly is one of my most favorite places of the house. It is where I come to relax, and saving this stained glass to be a part of what this bathtub scene is, for me, one of my most favorite ways to relax. Initially, scale was very overwhelming to me in the design phase, and with the help of our architect, by creating these lofty spaces, it really helped to make the proportions of the room more manageable and feel just more like a cozy room. You know, when we first took over this space, it was, like I said, it was just one big lofty space, so we needed to kind of chop that up to create more manageable space. So here we're into our children's zone. This is kind of their playroom area, and this is kind of the neutral zone between my daughter's room and my son's room. It's really just an evolving room as they grow. We definitely wanted the art up here in the kids zone to be a little more playful, yet at the same time timeless. So we found this artist who does these three-dimensional beetle bugs that are actually folded photographs. I love the playfulness that they're actually crawling on this wall. Since we love art so much, it was really important that we kind of curate this area to be a reflection of just who we are, but in a timeless way. We wanted art that kind of carried through the children growing. 3 words I would use to describe this home: functional, family, and entertainment. So I love the clean lines of our modern kitchen. I spend a lot of time in here. We both love to cook. Our kids love to help us in the kitchen. I love just the simplicity of the very clean geometric tiles, and we have mixed metals with our appliances and our fixtures. So remembering that the rest of the house has these whitewashed walls, we wanted that neutral feeling here in the kitchen, and then allowing the pops of color to come from our food or our serving entertainment ware and things like that. So as we come out to the screen porch, it's neat to know that the building, the church, actually ended here. So we are standing at what was an add-on to the church, where there was a men's and women's bathroom that was added on. So we got rid of that to create a screened-in porch. And of course, living in New Orleans, we want something that can make a safe space away from mosquitoes, and just, it's a beautiful spot to have coffee in the morning. So throughout the design phase, I learned this wonderful phrase called neutral, and how blues and hues of blues can just also be its own neutral. So it was really important that we bring that concept into this, dark grounding outdoor space. And then with the help of Boo Interior Designs, she helped me pick these outdoor fabrics that really just suit our lifestyle. So of course, living in South Louisiana, we all love magnolia trees. Their big crunchy leaves, and of course this time of year in the spring to enjoy those beautiful white blooms that you can occasionally catch me picking one from City Park. Shh, don't tell. We really wanted to create a space that had modern functionality for a modern family, but still upheld the integrity of what this building was, and I think they did an incredible job of accomplishing that. I don't define my style as one particular. I like it to be a combination of many. Some might call my signature style eclectic. I might call it mashup. It's just taking pieces from both my husband's family and my family that maybe we've inherited along the way, or siblings have given me when they moved, and we just kind of incorporate it all to make it work together. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to HGTV Handmade for more before and after videos like this.